Hello there. How's everybody doing today? Wellness Wednesday. I apologize I didn't get a chance to post prior to Wellness Wednesday, but if you don't know the time by now, I guess probably never will. We're going to talk about if I only knew then what I know now. Okay. If someone asked me 4 or 5 years ago, do you have a mentor? I would have looked at them cross-eyed and said, "Boo, boo." That's what I would have said. I want to know from you who thinks that we need a mentoring, regardless what we are doing in life. Put a one in the comments. And also let me know where you're watching from. If you tuned in live or the replay, love to know where you're tuning in from. Okay. Um, if you were like I was and think a mentor, total waste of money, put a two in the comments. Now I'm curious, do you think that somebody once in your life, doesn't matter which area of your life we're talking about, has anybody ever influenced you? Let me know that too, please. Evolution and technology has brought us to a time when we have the world of knowledge at our fingertips. Knowledge can be obtained with as simple as, okay, Google. Oh. It works really well. I can ask Google anything and I will get an answer. Anything. You can go to YouTube and watch any how-to video, anything that you want to learn how to do. And you just got to take the time and know up here that you can do it. Okay? We can learn anything. The problem is, a lot of people can't be taught. They are set in their beliefs. They have limited beliefs, and most people do not think that they can do any better than what they are currently doing right now. So, as far as the knowledge goes, why do we, not everybody, but why do a lot of us just automatically believe what other people are saying? We have choices, don't we? We can believe in our own, we can believe whatever we choose to. We have a choice on how we grew up. Does that mean that however you grew up, that is exactly how you need to bring up your family? Do you know what I'm saying? We are stuck in a paradigm from our parents, from our siblings, from our family, our friends. We are influenced by every single person that we interact with. And this is true because we are believing whatever it is they say. We are a society right now that are busier than we've ever been. And at the same time, we are also the laziest I have ever seen. And I'm sorry if that makes somebody mad. It's not my intention, but this is what I've seen through the decades. I mean, we are a lazy bunch of people. And we are not accountable for a lot of things. I mean, it's so easy to put the blame over onto somebody else. That was me. That was me not very long ago. The reality is, whatever we set our minds on, we certainly can achieve it with a little help from our friends. Now, not exactly, around 1 year ago, I was ready to hang up network marketing for good. Was thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this gig. That is when I caught sight of Robert Hollis. He is one of my mentors now. Robert is responsible for creating, I think it's gone up, but The last known was 63 millionaires he has helped create. And what and he was giving all of his training away free. All of it. I don't know how big his academy was. I never did get through all of them, but boy, you better believe I was in there. I thought Melody said like something like 60,000 training videos. And I'm telling you, I could hang on every word that man said. It was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I have never witnessed someone like Robert. The way he taught with his stories and while holding all of his principles, values, and beliefs intact, something that is very honorable these days for sure. I loved watching him. He was so relatable with his stories. He made me feel like he was talking just to me and me alone. Many, many times he brought tears to my eyes because I could see myself. I could just relate with what he was saying. I remember this one time after one of his trainings, I'm not sure exactly why, but I could not stop crying. It was a happy cry. It's like, oh my God, somebody gets it. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I wanted to reach out to him in the worst way. I thought, you know what? I'm going to at least contact him on Messenger and at least let this man know what an impact he is making in my life. Robert, through his stories, I have learned he has a very difficult time reading, especially. Okay, so can anybody do this? Robert is dyslexic, very difficult time reading. Words with 5 letters or more, darn near impossible. So I knew he was dyslexic. So I decided to send him a voice message. I quick did it and then I just went and hid. I put the pillow over my head, wondering how on earth how did I get so brave? It was not even 3 minutes went by and I had a message from Robert. I'm like, no way. And he left me a voice message as well. This man was so humble, so sweet, so pleasant, and so much knowledge. But what stood out the most, I think, was his wisdom. He has this unique ability. I'm sure most of you know that I'm stuck on that book, The Science of Getting Rich, and I'm studying it like it is my Bible. It is my Bible. I do read the Bible too, don't get me wrong. This book, if you learn it, not just read it. Everybody says, oh, I read it. Okay, well, how has it changed your life? And if it hasn't, you may want to just pick that book up again. We have a book club and we are studying these chapters every single Saturday and it's been phenomenal. There's only a handful of us that show up every Saturday, but it's been phenomenal. The amount of value that we have been getting from this. And I give that book away completely free. So if you don't have a copy and you'd like one, let me know. Okay. Um, that just, I don't know. He is so down to earth. I was in awe, literally in awe that he even took the time to respond to me. After that experience, I started going to his live calls every Saturday. This meant I could maybe, talk to him again because lots of times he'd open up the mic for questions, and you better believe I'm thinking of a question and I'm asking. I wanted to be in front of him. Okay. Um, since that time, oh, and by the way, that has happened many times, me speaking with Robert. We've had one on one even, and this, I just cannot describe the amount of value that you can get from this man. Okay, but since that time, I met Robert's 55th millionaire, Miss Melody Riba. Holy smokes, let me tell you. Talk about being blessed. Me, I'm blessed. Not only did I have one millionaire mentor, now I have two. Melody and I hit it off right off the bat. I truly, absolutely adore this woman. She pours her heart and her soul into us. Us. You know what I mean? And I get choked up just even talking about it. Both her and Robert have rags to riches stories. It's hard not to choke up over this. You know what I mean? Um, all of the struggles I have come up against, Melody or Robert, this is why having a mentor is so important. Not only am I proud of myself, I have more confidence. I have been made accountable for what I am doing. Keeps me focused on the track and on track, working towards my goals. They also are there to make sure that you don't lose sight of your why, because that can happen. We get overwhelmed a little bit. I'm telling you, our mentors, if you do not have a mentor, let me tell you what you should look for if you choose to seek one out. You can pay thousands of dollars for a mentor, or you can find a mentor completely free. Absolutely. What do you love to do? What do you love to do? Find somebody that's doing exactly what you want to do right now. Follow them, mirror them, match them, do everything they do. Everything. Stalk them. Seriously, I stalked Robert until I met Melody. No, now I stalk her. No. She is like, Melody is like my mini Robert. She she was Robert's best student of all time, and nearly for a decade. Nearly for a decade. Melody also had issues with getting over her stinking thinking, that big old trouble bubble that sits on top of our heads that we all think we're doing just fine. No. Okay. So, anyway, let's see what else have I gained from that. Knowing that she is always watching me just gives me extra motivation, encouragement. All of the struggles I've come up against, they have already experienced. I love the wisdom that they have. Sure, they're full of knowledge. Any of us have access to all that knowledge that's out there today. I absolutely love my okay Google, However, there is no possible way to have the wisdom that these two have unless you have been in this industry as long as they have. Robert, almost 35 years. Melody has been over a decade. They have hit their bottom, broke, jobless, ready to lose everything they had. Robert had a horrible accident. He was a mechanic. He had his sights set on crew chief, NASCAR crew chief. He would have made it too. Can you imagine having a shot at crew chief for Roger Penske? Oh my God. And then have a van fall on you and take all your dreams away. Melody was a whole nother story. Imagine living the life you always wanted. Beautiful home, a spouse, kids, a business, and all of a sudden the rug gets pulled out from under you. First, her husband gets sick. Then they lost him suddenly. How horrible. It was downhill from there. Melody lost her husband suddenly. Then she learned that she had stage 4 breast cancer. After getting sent home to basically die, everything began to just unravel for her. I am sure the medical bills were astronomical. I'm not sure which came first, but just imagine suddenly losing your spouse. Then she basically gets sent home to die. Get your kids taken care of, make your arrangements, whatever. Then they lost the business. Next came their home. Melody ended up living in her car for the next year and a half with two of her kids, watching them cry themselves to sleep every night because they were hungry. I cannot even imagine. But you know what? There is a bright side to this story. Look at them now. I'm sure if you don't know who Robert Hollis is or Melody Ryba, Google them. Google them. Okay. So back to what I've gained. I definitely have gained courage. I am such a happier person. The accountability has been huge. Basically, they are a cheerleader who has already walked that road. You know what I mean? They've experienced. That's where that wisdom comes from, experience. You know, keep you on task. If we want to survive in an industry like this, our self development, that is the biggest takeaway for me. Now, prior to having the mentors that I have, I also have two more, Josh and Jenna. They're all millionaires. This is just too cool. Surround yourself with people who you want to be like, who you want to be. Always surround yourself with people who are a level up from you. You know what I'm saying? If you are in a room with five other people, you do not want to be the smartest. You do not. That'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? um, I, the people closest to me in my life, I have way better communications with. I can talk out a problem instead of flying off the handle, off the bat. I've gotten in tuned with my spirituality. My true inner being, who I was truly meant to be. I've learned how to meditate. I've learned how to pray. I've learned how to ask and expect it to be given, from the superior, you know. A mentor will call you on your BS. We got to be tuned in. What does Esther Hicks always say? Tuned in, tapped in, turned on, whatever, something like that. They will walk the same road with you. They have walked the walk. One mentor may not be enough. They already have a huge network of contacts. When you first start out in this business, you got nada. I mean, you got your surrounding friends, and believe me, they don't stick around long. You got nobody. When you make sure, like I said, that mentor is doing exactly what you want to be doing. You don't have to reach out to them personally. I recommend that you do. Um, but mirror them, match them, do everything that they do. Robert gets a new mentor every single year. I don't even want to know how much he pays for his mentor. But you know what? You got to invest in yourself. But I know without a shadow of a doubt that you can find a mentor and not pay. Look at what I fell into with Robert. Here he is giving all of his training away free. You don't think I hopped on top of that? Oh my gosh. So much value. Melody, she didn't get all that she paid for all of that training. through her 10 years following Robert, she paid for it all. I didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Mentors are huge. They can change your life. It's not just sports people that need mentors or, anything that you are doing in your life. We always need someone that we can talk to. And usually when you find a mentor, you grow together, you have a bond. You know what I mean? You start creating together. It's just so cool. So, um, that's really all I got. There's a few more things I have gotten out of having a mentor. They understand your struggles. That's huge because I'll tell you what, if you have a spouse that does not support you, they have no clue the kind of struggles that you are enduring. They just don't. Um, I have learned who I am. I'm learning more about myself, and I like myself. I really do. I'm a good person. I've got a great heart, and I want to give back. I got so much given to me by these two people, and the only way that I can pay them back is to pass this on, pass their knowledge and their wisdom on to whoever wants to hear it. I can't force anybody, but mentorship is there. I would seek it out. I am so blessed with what's happened to me over the last year. I can't even tell you. I am so grateful for both of them. Josh and Jenna as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I I don't think anybody's on, but that's okay. You can watch the replay. So I am out of here, and if I knew all these things then that I know now, things would have been so different. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'm out of here. Happy Wellness Wednesday.